Welcome back. And today I have a list of 15 side hustles I have done, and most of them don't work. But these are the five that are absolutely killing it. And if you are starting off as a freelancer, you should start with any one of these. Right? I will get started. So let me start with the hardest one first. So you can consider this as the fifth one. This is a brand identity consultant. With every person starting off their own personal brand, their own agency, or their own product based startups. But the biggest catch is that most people do not have a design aesthetic sense. And by this, I mean a brand and by this, I mean a brand identity composes of all these things: a logo, a smaller logo unit, colors, fonts, themes, whether it will be visuals, whether it will be vectors, whether it will be illustrations, what form of illustrations, will there be a matte effect to it. So you might think this might be a graphic designer's job. No, you can work with a graphic designer to visualize all of this, but brand identity consultants are primarily researchers. So now if you tell me to create, if I am a brand identity consultant, and if you tell me to create some brand identity for you, right, the first thing that I would do is not get into designing but actually get into research. So what sort of brand do you want to build? Is it a premium brand? Is it a massy brand? Is it like, focused on some sort of thing? Is there a color combination that will show? Is it a warm brand? Is it a bold brand? Every single thing will get translated into design later on, but all of these things require research for you to capture something that looks very pretty. You see, you look at a lot of these brands and see that their design sense, their aesthetics is amazing and very beautiful, right? It's because there has been a brand identity consultant who's worked on all of these projects, and not just single individual social media managers or designers who have tried and conceptualized it. So it's a high ticket priced, it's a very high value and high ticket priced job, and it can start anywhere from 80,000 to 1 lakh and go up to 20 to 30 lakh rupees, depending on what all you create for a brand, how big the brand is it a startup, do they have money, etc. But on an average, as a freelancer, easily you can do 1 to 2 lakh rupees. The next thing, the fourth one. So the fourth one is being a podcast manager. With podcasts growing like crazy in 2025, everybody needs podcast managers. And what is the responsibility of a podcast manager? Number one, to coordinate with guests. So you speak to guests, you try getting them, you coordinate when they come down, all of those things. The second is research on topics that you can speak about, research on the type of guests that can come, research on competitors and what they are doing, and based on that, the content that you create. And finally, what sort of content and what sort of viewership will help the channel grow. So all of this, and this starts at an amazing rate of at least 50,000 rupees per month, and can go up to 2 to 3 lakhs depending on how big the podcast is and who you're working with. If you're working with big creators, big companies who are focusing on podcasts, you can make that amount of money. The third one, and it's one of the most promising ones, is becoming a courses manager. And what do I mean by becoming a courses manager? Again, with edtech brands boom, with edtech ban, with edtech brands booming, with educational content growing at such an with educational content growing at this rate, what people are doing is they need people to manage their courses. What all is included in that? As a courses manager, the first thing that you do is research on what type of courses can be launched, right? Let's assume that a content creator or influencer or a brand has already launched a few of those courses. right? For new courses, you come in for research, the entire planning of shoot, who will write the content for the course, are there any games that you have to do, any rewards that you have to do, which platform to choose it on. So you do all that planning. And for all the previous content or the courses that have been created, how to market it, which course is making more money, which is not making more money, are you running ads on that. So you see, this is like a being the CEO of a courses business, basically taking care of all of these decisions and helping the content creators, influencers, or businesses who are launching these courses. This can start at around 70,000-80,000 rupees per month, go up to 2 to 3 lakh rupees, and it's very lucrative because people are wanting to launch courses. And if you have an experience, or if you get one experience with one of these people, you can do it for multiple people. Coming to the second one, this is a social media strategist. And by social media manager, strategist, I never mean just creating basic designs off of Canva and posting or scheduling. That is not the job of a social media manager. That used to be the job of a SMM in 2015. Now please move away from it if you're a SMM, right? What you have to actually do, and let me talk through this, is that you have to research trends. Which videos, which sort of content, what is trending, what is going viral, what formats are going viral. Then you understand patterns. What is the visual hook, what is the text hook, what is a verbal hook that is going viral, what sort of scripts are going viral, what sort of content which is text based is going viral. When you do text based, do you post videos or carousels or photos? You understand this level of depth you have to get into when you become a social media strategist. You also help understand, or if you also help clients replicate this virality as well, right? It's very, very easy to, sorry, my diary fell off. It's very, very easy to sort of just create any content that you feel like. But remember that you have to create an intersection. Content that you like versus content that is easy to consume by people. Think of it. Our attention spans are screwed. We need dopamine hits every 3 seconds, every 7 seconds. Right? So if you are able to provide that while you're creating content, with the scripts are punchy, it's catchy, right? Or the content that you write is good, you will be able to replicate virality, right? And all of this has a process, and I'm going to launch a course on social media strategies very, very soon. So please stay tuned, follow this channel if you've seen this video, and share it with people who you think might definitely need it. Coming to the number first skill that's working. Going back, a social media strategist should charge anywhere from 40 to 50,000 rupees to 1.5 to 2 lakh rupees, again depending on the size of the business, the creator, or the influencer that they are working with. And the first one is a script writer, because today content is king, queen, prince, everything. If you're not creating good content, if you're not creating content that is catchy, punchy, informational, valuable, nobody's going to see the videos, right? So all this content that you create, and you see that the amount of research that goes into creating one YouTube video itself. The reason is that unless you're able to add value, unless you're able to add your insights and your learnings, people will not follow you. What will they follow you for, right? They can watch cat videos, dog videos to get entertained, but to catch the attention of those people, you have to be an amazing writer. How can you become a script writer? Every single video that you see, transcribe it, either a YouTube or an Instagram one, transcribe it and read those scripts. Start getting better at it. Start by writing. And one thing I will recommend to you, if you want to be an amazing scriptwriter, don't use ChatGPT, at least for your first 100 scripts. Because what happens is that the emotion, the raw emotion that you can capture through your scripts, most of it ChatGPT will miss. Once you've put in an effort and created the first 50, 100 scripts, you can put those on ChatGPT and ask to create more. It'll still not be as good, and it can help with research, it can help with talking pointers, but getting that hook, creating drama, creating tension is something that only we will be able to do, right? AI cannot replicate that, and it's a great thing. In fact, and it's a great thing. And you know, script writers across the world, even in India, everybody is charging between 1 to 3 lakhs for different sorts of projects. Now what you can do is you can charge this to one person, or you can set up smaller rates, let's say 50 to 70,000 retainers for different sort of clients, and you can work with 4 to 5 clients, right? Typically I also work as a script writer, and I started with 750 rupees per Instagram script. I am currently at 3,500 rupees in 1.5 years, so that is almost 5x in 1.5 years, right? And that is only because I have practiced, I have shown results, I have written so many scripts that I cannot even count. I have hundreds of papers that are just scratched and thrown just because I did not find that good enough, or the client did not find it good enough, and I kept writing, right? So if you can do that, you can easily start making. And imagine 3,500 rupees, you just write 10 posts for one person, for a client, for a CEO, you make 35,000 rupees to go, and 10 posts will barely take you 10 hours or 8 hours worth of work, right? So that is what happens when you start becoming niche, specialized, and start practicing. So with that, those were the 5 skills that are paying the highest today in the industry. And if you are interested in becoming a freelancer, I would recommend that you start with these 5 courses. Invest time in learning it, invest time in speaking to those people who are already doing it, because these are the courses in 2025, in 2026 and beyond are going to be the highest paying. Thank you so much for watching this video, and please do me a small favor. Please subscribe to this channel so that I can research and create more and more content for you. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye.